Can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Awesome. I want to just remind us that, if you have issues as we go along, feel free to speak up. Don't wait until, the train has moved too far before you speak. All I ask is that you just say your name and start speaking. There's no need to greet or recognize the presence of our forefathers or anything like that. All right. So let's just go ahead. Remember working on basically how to find data horizontally. Yeah. Um, can somebody give us the can somebody give us the formula? So we'll just input and go. Are we recording yet? Admin.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, admin. Um, all right. Anybody who's ready? I'm waiting for the formula here.
Sorry, formula for what, please? I
Good
didn't get
afternoon,
that.
Rachel,
Shegun
can you see
Ladimedi.
my screen? Hi, Shagun. You want to help us out?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Equals VLookup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, open bracket.
Mm-hmm.
K16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, comma. K. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm typing as you're speaking.
5
K5.
to N13,
Yep.
comma. Then I don't know what the other bracket is called.
It's called a curly bracket.
Okay, then open it. Then we have 2, 3, 4. Then close the bracket, comma. Force, then close the bracket.
Thank you. All right. Let's move to the next one with named range. Someone else, please. Thank you, Shagun. That was awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
On the name range now. So somebody should first of all talk us through naming the range before we talk about the formula.
Hey, let me help out.
Thank you. Name.
We have highlighted the whole data range that you want. Then you go to formulas.
Okay, Ella. Formula.
Then when you go to formula, you see define name.
Define name.
Yes. Then you can now input the name that you want for the data, probably salesman data or anyone you want.
Okay. So we've done that. Awesome. And now the formula.
Not carry out the formula. Close to VLookup. Hey, Jesus. Hope I get the right formula. Open bracket. K16.
K16, yes.
Um, salesman's data. Forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Then oh shit. Open bracket. Are you going to close the bracket again? Comma 234. Open
Mm-hmm.
bracket.
Then close the bracket now. Abi? Are you there?
Yes. Then comma, false, close brackets. I don't know if I get it.
That was perfect. It was perfect. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
You got it right. Awesome. Okay. Next one is categories. Someone else?
I can still help if you don't mind.
No, let someone else try. You have already collected star yesterday. Anome, do you want to try?
Hi. Good evening.
Hello. Yeah.
Usman Abdul Malik is the name. Okay. Equals to VLookup N5 comma $sign N $16
Please, sorry.
16
Is equal to VLookup, open bracket, what?
N5
N5.
yes
Okay.
comma
Comma.
$sign
Okay.
N, or we can just simply highlight it.
Okay. Let's do that.
I think that's faster. Okay, that's good. Then we have the comma
Okay.
2.
So
Then we use first. Then come after the 2, you put a comma, then first, then close the bracket.
beautiful. Should I drag it down?
The problem is that because we didn't lock it, I don't know whether it will work perfectly well.
It will not work.
Okay, so we need to edit the formula because of that $sign, just to
Yep.
lock the stuff. Sorry.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. That was awesome, Usman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next one with if error. I believe this is where we stopped last week. So someone else to help us with if error.
Can I see try?
Tochuku, no, Usman, you have tried. You have done well. Let others try. Tochuku, please help us now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Equal to VLookup. No, equal to if error. Bracket open, VLookup. Another bracket open, case 16.
Go ahead.
Case 16, comma. Sorry, first of all, you have to highlight this salesman department motor sales. Then you go to formula.
Okay, so I will delete all this one first, Bar.
Yes.
And that is if you want to name the range, Abi.
Yes, yeah. You name the range.
But we are not naming the range in this example, though. We are not naming the range. We just want to
Okay.
continue with just general. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Equal to if error, open brackets,
Mhm.
VLookup, another
Mhm.
open bracket, K16,
Mhm.
comma,
Mhm.
then you highlight,
Okay.
comma,
Mhm.
open
The curly
parenthesis,
bracket.
yes,
Mhm.
then 2, comma, 3, comma, 4, comma,
Is it
then
comma?
close, I say, if you open the this 10, you put 2, comma, 3, comma,
Then
then
4
4. Yeah,
and
you
close
close
it.
it,
Yes.
then comma,
Uh-huh.
false,
Okay.
close the
Uh-huh.
brackets,
Okay.
comma,
Good man.
then double quotation mark, not found,
Beautiful. Thank you.
comma, then close and enter.
No, there's no comma after not found. Oh.
No comma after not found.
Beautiful. That was beautifully done. Thank you. Is there anybody that has any question on what we have done so far?
Yes, I have a question. Ella.
It can't be, Ella. You can't have a question. Seriously.
No, no, it's on this one. It's not. Let me just ask.
Oh,
Please let me.
I ask.
Okay, I wanted to ask. What if we are working with a large data set? How are we
Okay.
going? Because looking at this one, we only have Peter. We only asked to find this for Peter. What if the data set is up to 2,000 rows? How are we going to do it? That's my question.
Okay. I don't really like to waste time. So let me look for a data set that we can look at right now, because I'm feeling that this thing is just too simple for your liking. Let me look for a more complicated data set that we'll work with. So let me stop sharing for a second.
All right, now.
A second. Stop sharing. And I will be back. Ella, you said data set of how many thousand rows? I have one of 500. Should we start with that one?
Yes, there's no problem at all.
Okay, let's start with the 500 one. Let me share this screen. Oh, first of all, let me put it in the WhatsApp so everybody can have it. I think I've shared it before, but let me just quickly do that again. Data. Nice. Okay, please confirm that you can see it and you are downloading it.
Yes, I've seen it now.
All right, everybody should be downloading. It's not only Ella. Are we all good to go?
No, ma.
Great. All right. So what we will do, we'll just use this instead of the, so we'll just use this data set to do exactly the same thing we were doing on the practice with VLookup table, okay? So now we want to try an if error message around VLookup in this new data set. Are we all there? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So let's all go to H512, just like the way it is in my screen. Yeah, let's go to G512. And in G512, I'm going to put in Eddie Murphy. What we are trying to do now is to find movies that Eddie Murphy has starred in among all these movies that are listed above. Are we there?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Awesome. So can somebody tell me what you think
Sorry, please,
the
I'm not
formula
there.
will be?
Sorry, I'm not there. My own file, I don't
Okay,
know if
ma'am.
it's the same. Under
Equals
your
to,
G, mine
Please
has
hold on.
information. Sorry.
Chinedu, you said under what?
Under that director too, that's where the G, your G512 is. Mine
Yeah.
has some information there, like Chris Miller.
G512.
Okay, 512. Thank you.
Okay. Somebody was about to give us the formula.
VLookup,
Oh, somebody
open
speaking?
bracket.
Okay, Usman.
Yes,
Okay.
Usman.
Said is equal to
VLookup.
we are trying to put in if error as well, because we recognize
Okay.
that, yeah, he may not be in some movies, I think that's a reasonable assumption. It's not a
Okay,
must that it be every column.
let me try and run it on my phone first before I bring it on. Let
Okay,
me try to see
someone
that.
else? Anybody else? Ella,
Ma, I'm here.
yeah, you
Okay, it's
try.
supposed to be equals to if error, open bracket, VLookup.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm lost now.
Wow, you can't be lost already. After
Ma,
VLookup, there
please,
will
what
be
number are
another.
we working on?
Try, man.
Sorry?
Can I go ahead?
Yes,
Tochukwu here.
please go ahead. Who is speaking?
Tochukwu.
G512.
Okay, Tochukwu, we are listening to Tochukwu now. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Ma, please, Tuchuku, sorry. Ma, please, let me take you back. That Eddie Murphy under G54, how did you get it? I lost you there. My
I,
network,
I,
please.
I typed my own with my
Oh,
own fingers.
okay. I thought you used name.
No, I just typed it
Right.
now. Okay.
Okay.
Tochukwu, yes.
Okay. Equal to if error,
Mm-hmm.
open brackets,
Mm-hmm.
VLookup,
Mm-hmm.
another open bracket,
Thank you.
G5112.
God,
Thank
which one
you.
I mess up?
Then you highlight,
Okay.
comma,
Mm-hmm.
and hold on, I'm coming.
Okay.
Then comma 7.
Comma how?
Like curly
Looking at my
bracket,
own
that's what it
screen.
is.
Are you looking at my
After you
screen?
have highlighted,
Because you didn't tell me to highlight, so I highlighted what me I wanted to highlight. What I highlighted, is it the
okay.
same as home?
Yes. Then
I have
comma.
just 5 columns. All right.
Okay, I said comma 7.
7.
Yes.
Okay.
Comma force.
Uh-huh.
Close brackets.
Uh-huh.
Comma.
Let's use the not.
Double.
Yeah.
That is a double quotation not found. Close brackets.
And we are done, Abby.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. This 7, what does it mean?
As in the column where the Murphy is.
Okay, on your own laptop, which column is 7?
Ah,
Sorry, please. I'm thinking it's supposed to be
sorry, I
5.
made a mistake.
Okay.
The column 7 is G. That's the director.
Okay.
Director 2. That's
Okay,
where I made a mistake.
Okay. So we are looking for Eddie Murphy under cast 1, cast 2,
Yeah.
cast 3, cast 4, or cast 5. Do you understand now?
Yes.
So we are not just looking for him in 1 column, we are looking for him in 5 columns.
So it's supposed to be
5.
that's where I put the 7. It's supposed to be calibresis column. That's H. That's 8, comma.
So let me now clear up the confusion. You are counting it as if I selected from A. If I have selected everything from A, then yes, we can now be looking at column 8. But I have only selected 5 columns from H to L, which means that H is 1, I is 2, J is 3, K is 4, and L is 5. Anything outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will not work because I have only selected 5 columns in my table array. Do you understand it now?
Yes.
So the first column 1, according to this my formula, is cast 1.
Okay.
It can't be anything else. The first column is cast 1. If I wanted to take it from director, then this my table array would have been maybe from F2 to L, knowing I have 7 columns selected, but I only chose 5.
Okay.
Okay, so can somebody tell me what will be in this bracket now?
It now be 1,
Thank you.
2,
Thank you.
3,
Thank you.
4,
Thank
5.
you. Thank you
Then
very
close
much.
the curly bracket.
Can we see what has happened?
Yes.
Can somebody explain why it's not giving us not found? And before
It's
somebody will
because
say,
Ed Murphy is on the list of casts for cast 1. That's why it's not giving us not found.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it has returned for you the very first. Okay, let's go up and see where Eddie Murphy is in cast 1. Should be very easy to do. Do a filter.
Fine.
Cast 1. Okay, we don't even need to do it. It's already here. Can you see?
Yeah.
So it has returned for us all the people that starred in the first movie that Eddie Murphy is in on this list. Ella, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. But does it mean that Ed Murphy only has, out of all the movies here, 512 or 13 movies, is only four, like he showed up in 4 movies. Is that what
In
it
one, our result
in
is only
one?
one.
Okay.
Now,
What if,
I
okay.
love this question. This question is perfect. It is because you can see someone like Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans, from just looking at the first page, you can see that he is in 2 movies, part 1 and 2, A Haunted House. So it stands to reason that even Eddie Murphy is very likely that he is in more than 1 movie. So apply a filter the way I've done, and let's scroll down, or let's search for him because, time is money. All right.
Okay.
Now we want to see Eddie Murphy. Sorry, I'm the one that is wrong. Eddie Murphy is only in 1 movie. But let's change it to somebody else. Let's change it to somebody who has more than 1 movie.
Okay.
I think Adam Sandler. Oh, okay, let's try Marlon Wayans. Johnny Depp. Okay, I think we have more than 1 Adam Sandler movie here. I didn't want 2 that are together like this. Good. So we have how many Adam Sandler movies? 5. All right.
Okay.
Let's change that name now to Adam Sandler. So Ella, if you are looking, you will have noticed that instead of bringing out the 5 movies that Adam Sandler has done, it only brought out which one? The first one on the list.
Yes.
And this is very important for you to understand how VLookup works. VLookup works with the assumption that what you are looking for, there is only one. There is only one. So you are trying to match it. I'm looking for this on this side. It's not that I'm looking for this one in the 5 different places it is on the other side. No. I'm trying to match it exactly 1 for 1. That is the idea behind VLookup. Do you get it now?
Yes.
So that answers your question of why is not bringing out more than 1 instance of the same thing. So you need to be very careful when you are using it. You can use it to match. You cannot use it to bring out all instances of something. Is it
Sorry,
clear?
with that assumption, does it mean that it cannot exist, like the item you are looking for that match 1 by 1, does it mean it cannot exist in more than 1 places, like in more than 1 Excel?
How do you
More
mean?
than 1, like you said, VLookup with the assumption that your item exists in 1 cell, right?
Yes.
Does it mean that it cannot exist in 2 or more cells in your worksheet?
Your worksheet is your worksheet. It can have
Okay.
500 instances
Of
of the
that same
same
of that
thing.
same item, right?
Of that same item. The
Okay,
data
but
is data. But when you
okay,
say
okay,
VLookup this data for me, it will only give you the first one it finds because it
okay,
assumes that
okay,
there is only one.
okay.
It
Thank you
assumes
very
that
much.
if you want to see 5, you will go rather and search for 5. You will not use VLookup. VLookup is
Okay.
match this one on the other side.
On the other side, okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Okay, so now let's change this to a very famous Nigerian actor, Iyabo Ojo, I believe is. So we can see if really our formula is working. And we can see that Iyabo Ojo is not showing up on our box office list. Do we all have the same not found result?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, so we can continue with the
I have a
next.
question, please.
Okay, Ebere, go ahead.
Okay, please. I just joined, so I wanted to confirm, right? Like, if you're looking for example, Ed Murphy now, right? How did you type in his name before writing the formula? You know,
I
for
did.
the
I
okay,
did. The same
so
way I just typed Iyabo Ojo, I typed Eddie Murphy.
okay, so you would type Ed Murphy, then come to the next box and then put in your formula, the if error formula.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Okay, so after typing Ed Murphy on this cell, you go to the next cell and then type in the formula and execute it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
that means anybody, like any actor you're looking for, you have to type the person's name in one cell and then come to the other cell to type in the formula in order for you to get the information of that particular actor, right?
The information you are looking for has to be somewhere. You have to be able to tell Excel, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try something. Let's change this back to Eddie Murphy. All right. So we wanted to see Eddie Murphy and his co-actor, cast member, or whoever. We wanted to see the people that acted with Eddie Murphy in his movie. And we saw all these people. And this is the formula we used. But instead now, let's try and change this. Instead of saying, go to G512 and do all this, let's remove G512 and manually type in Eddie Murphy. Are we there?
Yes, I understand this. Yes.
Can you see that it will give you the same result? But the way this is useful is that if you are trying to find this information for all these people, you don't want to come and be typing one by one, Tina Fey, this one, that one. You want to just copy the formula down and know that it will give you the information you are looking for. I don't know if we're all understanding it.
Yes.
Yes. So that is why in most cases you will have the information in a list somewhere that you are now cross-checking to a data array. Yeah? All right. So I'm going back to the other workbook. We'll still come back here. We'll be shuffling between the two just so that we can practicalize what we are learning in the example workbook. Okay? Let me stop sharing this and go back to the other one. All right, so we are done with if error now. We can go to with extra space. All right. So please, I'm hoping that you guys had noticed that there is an extra space after Peter. Somebody should give me the formula for VLookup.
Me
Are we
try.
there?
Yes, we are there with you, ma. Oh God.
Is that Ella?
Yes, that is me.
Okay. Oh yeah, give me the formula, Ella.
equals to trim. I don't know if I'm getting
Equal to
it
how?
right. Equals to
No, just let's do
VLookup.
normal
Okay.
VLookup. Thank you.
Equals to VLookup trim. Is there trim there?
Before trim, let's just do the way we have been doing it before. Don't bring trim yet. Just do normal one.
Okay, K16. Comma. L5. Okay. K5 and 13. Then open bracket 2, 3, 4. Close brackets. False.
This one is easy now.
Yes.
It's what we've done 100 times already. Now, the reason why it's bringing out error for us is that the Peter we have here is different from the Peter we have here. Or let me not say it that way. The content of cell K16 is not the same thing as the content of K9. We were doing this expecting that it will return the information in row 9 for us, but it did not recognize K9 as the same as K16. And the reason is because in K9, if you put your cursor after Peter, you see that immediately after R, there's nothing else. But if you put your cursor in K16, you see that there is space after Peter. Can you all see it?
Yes, ma'am.
As tiny as that space is, as minute as it is, even though your naked eye cannot see it, and there is no indication that there is space there, Excel identifies that space as data, and we make a difference between Peter with space and Peter without space. Okay? So therefore, and this happens a lot because you can't tell just by looking at this Peter, you can't know that there is space after it. In fact, if you go to Antonio, for example, now click after Antonio and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and enter, it will still look the same. It doesn't look any different, but it's when you enter the cell, you will know that there are 10 spaces after Antonio. For data purposes, every single space is relevant. You will see that if I change this Anna to Peter with space, do you see what happened? Peter with space has brought out information for me. I'm changing it back to Anna. So this happens, especially when you have millions and millions of rows, where you know that, okay, the information, maybe you copied it from one database and you are bringing it into Power BI or you're bringing it into SQL. But because of the way data is arranged in one place, maybe it will go with extra space when you are.
Please, can anyone hear Auntie? Because I can't hear her again.
No, I can't hear her.
Yeah.
Maybe she's muted.
I guess she.
I don't think she's muted. I think it's her network.
So obviously, our network is kind of bad.
Hello. Is the class still on?
I can't hear anything too.
I think she has network. She has issue
We
with her
have to
network.
wait for her to come back online now. Maybe she's trying to recover it.
All right, no worry. Thank you.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I can hear you. Can hear you.
Sorry for that. My network went off, so I had to pull it off and put it on again. All right. So I think I went off immediately after I finished explaining how the spaces can come to be in your data and why it's a good idea to know how to trim your data of extra spaces. Ella, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm
Okay.
listening.
So therefore, do you understand what the trim does now?
Yes, I understand it perfectly well. But please, I also have a question. My
Okay.
question is, okay, like you said, if we have a large data, and this thing can be very, very tricky, and we need to work on it, how are we going to do it?
How are you going to do what?
Yes, if we have a large data, since it can be tricky, and if we highlight Peter, and if the amount of space where Peter is and where we are working is not the same thing, it's not going to work. So how are we going to? Is there any alternative for us to do it? Like to do it? I
Yes,
don't know if you're okay.
yes. Now that's what we are working on. Now that's the trim.
Okay, I get
So
now.
now, give me the trim. I'm going to delete this one. You will not before when you were giving me the formula, you said it's equal to trim. That was the first thing you said. So I believe you are a guru in it. So now give me the formula
Jesus.
with trim. Let's hurry up. Let's hurry up. We don't have a lot of time. Anybody can help
Okay.
out. It doesn't have to be like
Wait,
anybody.
equals to VLookup,
Mm-hmm.
open bracket trim,
Mm-hmm.
then highlight the cells that we are working with.
I should just
Yes.
highlight it. This trim
The
now. After trim
No,
is
no,
what?
that's not it.
No,
After
Thank
trim,
you.
you open another
it's
bracket.
bracket.
God will
Yes.
bless you. God will bless you for that. Okay. So don't forget, trim is another. Every function has its own bracket. Remember the way we have if error, open bracket, VLookup, open bracket. Everyone has its own set of brackets. So don't forget. All right. After trim now, open bracket.
K16.
K16.
16.
Uh-huh.
Then close the bracket.
Thank you.
You close the bracket and put comma, then you highlight.
Oh, you're okay. You're doing well. And then you do what we already know how to do. Can you see now? Even though there is space in this one, in fact, let's add more space. Can you see now? You have how many spaces? It will not give you that error because you are basically telling it that anything space, remove it. Don't allow that space to affect the analysis I'm doing now. Is it
Please,
clear?
yeah, please, can you come
Please, I
again?
have
I
a
had
question.
network issue. I didn't
Sorry,
get
does the
that trim
trim mean
part.
space?
Okay, let me answer Maruf first. Trim means remove space, remove extra space.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, Rachel.
Sorry, ma.
Yes, I didn't get it. My network was breaking. I had to leave and come back again.
Okay, I'll go over it one more time.
Sorry, ma.
Yes, Shegun.
Yes, ma. Does that mean for every formula trim can be added?
Generally speaking, why not? You can add trim to anything, as far as it's text.
All right, thank you, ma.
Yeah.
Ma, please, I have a question.
Sorry.
Yes. My own Excel didn't run for the previous one and data set we ran. When I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as when I stated the column, could it be because of the version?
Yes, it is because of the version.
Okay.
Expensive about that last week. So it means you have to do it manually. Yeah, you have to put your formula in the 5 cells one by one. So you select column 1 for the first one, column 2 for the second, column 3 like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think the only person I haven't answered now is Rachel. And that was just to go over it one more time, which I explained that because there is spaces after Peter. If you're looking at my screen, you can see my cursor moving in all the spaces after Peter. before we put in the trim, when we did that, it gave us an error. But when we put in trim, it removed the spaces and recognized this Peter with space as the same thing as Peter without space. All right. So let's move to the next one now.
Yeah, so I'm asking, how did you put the trim? I didn't get that part because I'm still on my formula right now.
Okay. So instead of just putting the information you want to look for, you put trim as the first function. All
Not
right.
VLookup, right?
You put VLookup. We are looking for open brackets trim K16. So
Okay.
before we were looking for just K16, but now we are looking for trim K16. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. All right. So now we're doing the two-way lookup.
Sorry, I want to ask one question.
Okay?
Sorry, are all the functions in Excel the same as Google Sheets?
They're not all the same, but they're very similar. Very, very, very similar.
Okay.
In fact, once you are very comfortable using Excel, you shouldn't ever have any issue using Google Sheets.
Okay.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay. So we want to do the two-way lookup. I think this is the last one on this sheet. All right. Who is sighing? Somebody want to help us.
I'm still the one saying, but I've not gotten it.
Ma, I want to try.
Don't
This
worry,
is
you'll
Ruth.
get it. Ruth, let's go.
Okay. Equals to VLookup.
Mm-hmm.
Open bracket L16, comma, highlight, then comma,
By using this highlight now. Okay, highlight the table array. Yep.
Yes, then match, that's MATTH, open bracket, L17, comma, K4 to N4.
K4.
Yes.
To who?
N4.
Okay, K4.
K4
to
N4,
Yep.
comma, 0, close bracket, comma. There's a comma after the bracket.
Okay.
Fourth, close bracket.
False. So, thank you, Ruth. Do you want to now explain what you have done, this magic that you have done?
Okay. What I did here was, what I did here was
What does it mean?
I added match. I added match. I don't know if I'm correct. That's what I said. Let me just give it a try.
Okay, but you don't know what it means.
Can I try?
Name.
Tochukwu.
Tochukwu, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, I think what it means is that they give you salesman, Antonio, and they give you output in the department output. So they ask you what to find what is in that department. That's the result. And you use that VLookup to match the department. That's why it now gives you what is on that on Antonio's listing. Antonio's row on that department, which means
Very
G's.
good. Very good. That was very good. Thank you, Tochukwu. So basically, you can use match. Is like another kind of lookup. That's why it's called two-way lookup, because you are looking it up in two different ways. So you have the salesman as the criteria. Look at the formula. Look for L16. It's L16 we are looking for bar in this table. Now I want you to match using from K4 to N4. If you look at K4 to N4, you see that that's the title of the columns. So now I want you to match by title of column and give me an exact result. So in short, we are asking it, this Antonio, which department is he in? And we pick this department from the titles of the 4 titles that are here. So you can actually say, for output, don't give me department, give me month. And it will give you July. You can decide that as far as it's one of these 4 header here. Yeah, you have already picked salesman as the first one. As so for Antonio now, you want to know, you can choose to know either the department or the month or the sales. You can decide you want to see his sales. It will bring it out for you. You can decide you want to change this to Peter. It will bring it out for you. Is there anybody that does not understand this?
Yes, I do understand.
Okay. Tony, let me try and explain again. Please, by the way, the attendance link is in the chat box. So for those of you who already understand, please feel free to go and confirm your attendance. Thank you. All right. Let me delete this. So let me rather use, let's go back here. All right. So, Toyi, yes. Now, what I want to do, Toyi, is I want to know I want to be able to check the information for this Antonio person. Yeah? And for Antonio, there are 3 different information I can get. I can get his department, I can get his month, or I can get his sales. Are you with me so far?
Yes, I am.
Good. Now, this formula says, give me the information of this person, Antonio, whoever is there. So if I change it to Philip, it will give me the information of Philip. All right? Check in this table. All right? I hope you are doing it as I'm doing it. And then now match using the title. Match whatever title I give you among these headers. Are we there? I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it. I'm following.
Awesome. Awesome. And then we choose 0 because we want exact match. And then we close that bracket. That bracket is just for the match. Don't forget I've said that every function has its own bracket. So what we have just completed now is the bracket for match. We are still in VLookup. We have not closed the VLookup dialog bracket. And then I close this with false. So if I change my salesman to Max, it will tell me that his department is t-shirt. If I change it to Peter, his department is shirt. If I change the department rather to month, and I can change that. Are you seeing it now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I'm seeing it.
Quick question, please. So does it mean that the purpose of the match is to manipulate your data?
Ebere, are you asking a question?
Yes, please. So I wanted to confirm the purpose of the match, because I see that you don't have to rewrite the formula again. Does that mean that the purpose of the match is to enable you manipulate the data?
Yes, that is what everything we are doing is for. Is to enable you to get insight into your data easily. So
Yes.
imagine that. So imagine that instead of you having to say, "Oh, give me column 1, column 2," imagine there were 300 columns. All I'm saying is, you know what? As far as is one of these columns, once I put the name of the column here, go in there and give me the data.
Okay. So what happens if you do not include the match first?
If I don't put match, it will still give me the information I'm looking for. The only thing is, it will not be able to manipulate two different things at once. Okay, let's try it. So let's do it the way we have been doing it before. VLookup, open bracket. We are looking for Anna. Abi, in this table. The question now, we want to see what? You know, we've been doing 2, 3, 4. Now you are outside of the table. But instead, let's just change it to 2. So it will give you 2. But you cannot use this same table now to know what Anna sold. Do you see?
Right. So that means if you now want to know what, yes. So that means if you now want to know what Anna sold, that means you have to repute another formula, right?
You have to input another, or you go back and change it to 4. Don't forget that column 4 is where the sales is.
Right. So the
match enables you to use this output to manipulate your result.
Right.
So you can use the salesman and the output to manipulate whatever is there.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other question? Usman, your hand is up.
Let me not drag you up. Let me not drag you guys back. I'll still go back and review it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we are done with this sample. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop sharing so that we can do another worksheet. Give me a minute.
I want to ask a question before we leave.
I have a question, ma.
Okay. The Murphy spoke first.
Okay, sorry. At what point do we use true?
At what point do we
use true? Because we have been using false all this while.
We used true last week. Oh.
Okay.
We used true last week. If you can look at last week's video, you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. Akiyemi.
I want to ask, in the formula, the two-way lookup formula, we added 0. So where's the 0 coming from, please?
So the match function has How many elements? Let's look at that. The match function has 3 elements.
Okay.
Let me take us back a little bit, because I think this is important. All right. If you are seeing my screen, every formula starts with an equal sign. There are different kinds of formulas. Some of them are simple and some of them are more complicated. Let's start with the most simple one, SUM, sum. Sum simply says add this, and this. All right. In sum, you can have any number of elements. As far as you continue adding them, you can have up to 10, 1 million, whatever your Excel allows you to do, you can add them. And that is all. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You can equally say is equal to sum. I want to sum this, comma, this, comma, this one, comma, and this one. It will sum it for you. This is a very simple formula. Let's look at average. Average as well, very simple. Put in your range, it will give you an average. When it comes to something like VLookup, there are 4 different elements that must be there for it to be complete. Number 1 is the item you are looking for. Number 2 is the area, the array, the table where that information is. Number 3 is the column where the information will be found. And number 4 is how you want VLookup to match it for you. Do you want it to be exactly, or do you want it to be whatever is close to this information? All right. I would recommend that you also go to last week's video and look at this, because we spoke extensively about it. But now we're talking about match. The match formula also has 3. It has what you are looking for, that's the lookup value. And all of these, everything about match is already familiar to you because we have already dealt extensively with VLookup. So you already know that lookup value means what I'm looking for. Lookup array means where I am looking for it. And match type is like the last one of the VLookup formula where we say true or false. In match type here, we are looking for either less than, which is 1, 0, which is exact match, or -1, which is greater than. So in most cases, we are looking for the exact match. We are not looking for less than or greater than. But there can be cases where you're actually looking for less than or greater than. And if we can make time for that, I think I'll try and see if we can put that into our project that we're going to be working on 2 weeks from now. Okay?
Okay.
So again, I will ask you to please just spend time practicing with these worksheets and this formula so that you can get very comfortable.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So that means if we are doing
All
two-way lookup, so we have to make use of that 0 to get the exact result, right?
Yes.
All right.
0 will give you the exact result.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Abariche. Wait, elaborate. Somebody else. Abariche, Emelia, and Olowoyo. Olua. You have raised up your hand. Okay,
Yes, the match function, can it also work alone like the VLookup function? Can it stand alone at the VLookup function?
Let's try it.
Okay, ma'am.
So in here, we have VLookup. That's like saying trim styling. Yeah?
Yeah, ma, please, I have a concern about the attendance, please.
What's
Is
your
the
concern?
attendance? Yes, my laptop is currently off. I can't access the chat on the meeting currently, and I can't find the
Please send a DM.
attendance.
Send a DM to Dolapo. Thank you.
Okay,
So we wanted to try this match outside of VLookup. Let's try it. Is equal to match. Ifeda, are you there?
Chiba. I'm here. Okay.
Abi?
Yes, ma. Wow.
So what does it tell you, Ifeda?
So it gives me two. Yes,
What
ma.
does that mean?
So I guess it's just the match type is given with the match type as the match type is
No.
greater two. Okay.
That's not match type. It
Okay,
is
so what's
so what you have asked it to do is
yes,
that
ma.
I want you to match this department, this word department in this
Okay.
range K4 to N4.
Okay.
Between K4 and N4, where is department? Can you see it now?
Okay,
One,
that's column
two.
two.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that
So
means it's not is
anything that comes
okay.
with his own bracket can stand on his own.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma.
See
Thank you, ma.
how they work together to bring more value. So I'm less likely to be looking for just match than I am to be looking for VLookup with match. That's just me in my day-to-day work. Yeah.
Thank you, ma. Yes, ma.
You're welcome. All right. So we can stop sharing this one so we can just practice something else briefly, right? Okay, let's do something quickly with this movie data page. Let me stop sharing this one. Let's just try sharing movie data. Okay, so let's move quickly here. Let's insert a column. Call it serial number. Copy the formatting so that it's consistent with them. And then let's give each movie a serial number.
Ms. Busala, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So what you did for this, then two, and then drag it down, right?
Yes, but you know that I did not physically start scrolling down like this because of old age. I just clicked on the bottom right corner. When you see that your mouse is looking like this sign, double click it and then click on this autofill option and change it to fill series.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that again for the rest of the data. And it will go right down to the end of the sheet.
Thank you.
To the end of the data, rather. You're welcome. All right. So now we have a serial number. Control C. Let's add a worksheet. Control V. Let's come back here. And then I want you to assume that somebody gave you this worksheet. And unfortunately, instead of it to be properly sorted by serial number, the person gave it to you while, so I'm going to delete this serial number back. Okay, no need. I'm going to just sort it by genre 1. Okay, sort A to Z. Sort again by cast A to Z. So this is the list that you are given. Now, on this sheet, you only have the serial numbers. On this sheet, you have only serial numbers. On this sheet, you have everything. Are we there?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm deleting the movie title just to make it more difficult. Okay. Now we want to go back and get how much in box office revenue each movie made. Box office revenue, as well as profit or loss of the movie. Are we there?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So can somebody now give us the VLookup formula that we will use to get the box office revenue for each one? Let's go.
Hello.
Who is helping? Taiwo, yes. Are we there? Somebody should please volunteer. We've done this several times. Emanuela, are you raising up your hand?
No, I'm not raising my hand. What did you ask me?
If you are looking at my screen, if you are seeing my screen, I'm asking what is the VLookup formula that we will use to get the box office revenue from the movie data worksheet?
Hold on, I'm coming.
If you were trying it and you are stuck, you can also just open up so that we can work together. Okay, can we all see this sheet?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
And you can see that the box office revenue is there. But just looking at it, you don't know how much money movie number one made or number two. And it will be very hard if I say, okay, go first of all, to populate this sheet one now, movie one, I'll go here, then I'll first of all put filter, and then I will now look for one. I'll see that, okay, that one made how much? 103. Then I'll copy it. I'll now come here and now paste it. I'll now I'll look for number two. Go here, move this one quickly. Okay, then I'll start again. And I mean, this will take a very, very long time. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We look up this much faster. So somebody should help me. Equal to VLookup, what do you think it will be?
It will be VLookup movie data or something.
Oh, it will be VLookup. All right. So the value we are looking for, first of all, is this one now? No? Is one. We're using one to search. Now the table array is in movie data. So you will go to movie data the same way we've been doing it. And you select everything. So first of all, let me go back and remove this filter. That does not make sense. Okay. So is equal to VLookup. Select this comma and then go to the table. I want to see everything in there. Now the column I'm looking for is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Column 14. Right? And then I want an exact match. Now you see that?
Please, can you come again, ma'am?
Okay. I said is equal to VLookup, open bracket. I want to look for movie one. That's A2, comma. To go to the table array, I'll go to where the data is, which is in this movie data worksheet. Select the whole data like that, and then put comma beside it. The column I'm looking for is if A is 1, B to all the way that I'm looking for column 14. If you count A1, B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, G7, H8, I9, J10, K11, L12, M13, N14. I'm looking for column 14. So column index number is 14. And then I want an exact match. I don't want it to give me movie 2 instead of movie 1. Every movie should have its own result. So give me the exact match. So I'll say false and close the bracket. And that is that.
Ms. Busala,
Yes.
question, please.
Yes, please.
I heard you say,
Yes.
select all the data, like I'm done with data. So, are you selecting all the columns?
I'm sorry, your audio is fading in and out.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, so I heard you mention selecting all the data on the
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you when you talk like this. Don't move.
Okay, I'm not moving like it. Okay, so I heard you mention that you have to select all the data on the movie data sheet, right? I'm not exactly sure the data that you're selecting. Are you selecting all the column on that movie data sheet before you can now select the 14, which is the revenue? I just want to understand.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Are you looking at my screen while we are doing this? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Because the data I'm selecting now, don't forget that I'm selecting the movies. So there are 508 movies. All right, which is 508 rows. And then I'm selecting the columns up to where the information I'm looking for is. Actually, if this box office was in column 3, I won't need to select up to 14. But because it's the last one, I have to go all the way there. The information I'm using to search is in column A. So I have to select column A. Right now, I don't need all this other information, but I need column 14. So I will select A to N. That's 14 columns for all the 508 rows. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Only select
Awesome.
column N. Is it possible to only select the box office revenue column instead of selecting everything from A through N?
The only way that would be possible is if my serial number column was just before N. Look at that. If I move it to just before N, then I can go back to my formula and change it. The formula has changed for you anyway. So it's equal to VLookup. Lookup is equal to VLookup A2. Go to the sheet. And instead of selecting all those 14 columns this time around, I would only need to select 2. Because don't forget that you must select where the information you are using to search is, and you must select where the information you are hoping to get out is. So that's a minimum of 2 columns anyway. It will never be only 1 column. Is that clear?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Great. And then I will now select column. The information I'm using to search is column 1, that's the serial number, and the result I'm looking for is in column 2 of this my table array, which is column N. So that is 2, and then false. So how you select your data will always depend on how the data is arranged. Always remember that the information you are using to search has to be in the leftmost part of the data for VLookup. Okay, and so now I'm going to lock this down. And then autofill. Okay. Now this time around, I want it to give me for both. Okay. Now I want to change this to, I want to include the budget. So let's try it using budget as the leftmost data. So I'm going to change this formula to say my table array is now L2. I don't know if you understand what just happened.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what I was explaining when I said that.
That means it's...
This is what I was explaining when I said that. In any case, there is always the information you are using to search. The information you have that you want to use to find another information. In our case, that's the serial number. Remember that we started with only serial number on this sheet. We only have serial number. And I've said that when you are using VLookup, that information you have in the table array that you are going to, it must be in the left, it must be the first column. It must always be column 1. It must always be column 1. So now the problem is, in this data, we had chosen this as our table array. So serial number is column 1 and box office revenue is column 2. So there was no problem. When we did this, it gave us the information we're looking for. I'm looking for A2 in movie data sheet from M2 to 502. Give me the second column, which is box office, and make it an exact match. And it gave us the information. But now I said, I also want to have budget in this column, in this data. I want it to also include budget so that I don't have to create another formula again. So I wanted to add budget by changing my table array instead of M and N to be LMN. So it will be 3 columns. You understand? So my table array will now be LMN. But the problem is that if I say LMN, the serial number that I'm using to search is no longer the first column. That is why it is giving you an error. So if you move this serial number now and put it before budget, and then change this to LMN, it will give you the information you are looking for.
How come? I don't see the information for budget.
Sorry?
I don't see the information for budget.
You don't see what? I can't hear you, please.
I see it now.
Okay.
Hello, ma. Please, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, on that movie sheet, movie data sheet, how are you moving that serial number to like L, to like
Okay.
Oh, that's my question.
So if you select the column like this, you can select the column. I use my keyboard shortcuts just because I'm used to it. But you can right click and choose cut. I just do Control X. And then I move it to wherever I want it to go.
I don't get that.
To move a column, you just select the column and cut it, and then wherever you want it to land, go there, right click, and it will be there. The thing I did has affected our table, so I have undone it. Okay. So if you are following along, you will see that you see that some movies. Okay, I think every movie has a budget, so that's all right. That's fair enough. Does anybody have any question?
Hello, ma.
Yep.
Ma, please, it's concerning the video, the recorded class after the cinema. Can we please at least get it before it's too late in the week? Like I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Like earlier before the next class, like the previous one now, it was kind of closer to the end of this week before you drop it, so that we could actually
Okay,
practice very
so
well and follow up with the
no
classes.
problem. Admin is here. They're hearing your concerns. I'm not actually the one that does recording. I don't have, skill in that area. But I know that they normally do some things, maybe to like boost the volume. I know they have to match the audio and stuff like that. So that's what takes some time. But
Okay, no
your
problem.
concern is noted, and they will try and get it faster. Thank you.
Yeah, no, yes, ma'am.
All right. So to wrap up today, because I'm sensing that everybody is very, very okay with this one. The final thing we are going to do now is to search out the movie name by yourselves and tell me which movie with VLookup. Oh, use VLookup to tell us which movie is movie 500. Don't go and do control find. Oh. Stay here, create a VLookup and find the movie that is movie 500. If you have any questions, it's a good time to ask. If you are very okay, you can fill the attendance.
I have to take you back, please.
Okay.
Yeah, when you created the serial number ID, so I didn't get how you fill, as in you fill the numbers. Please, can you just
When I
explain
created
it
the serial number,
Yeah,
you
the
didn't
serial
get how
number
you
column.
didn't get how I did what?
As in how you use autofill to fill the numbers.
Oh, that's not hard. Look at it. This is 1, this is 2.
Yeah.
At the bottom right of the screen, double click of that cell, just double click it. And then choose fill series. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Miss Bushala, when I select field series, it doesn't fill in the numbers all the way down. It just
It
changes.
will fill number up to where you see that column you are in.
Yes.
Up to where the data in the next column ends.
Okay.
So, for example, if you are in a column like if you are in a column like this that has empty cells, it will not go all the way down. It will keep stopping for you. It will keep stopping. Okay? So you want to do it, look at this. Yeah? So I've selected release date. I think every movie has a release date. Check, control down, 509, control up 1. So there are no blank spaces. This is where control and arrow key thing I was teaching you guys about comes in handy. You use it to know if there are blank spaces in your data. So control space bar to select the column, right click, insert. Now, let's call this serial number 2. Put 1, put 2. You don't even have to put 2. Start from 1. And also make sure that there is nothing under what you are writing. And then do that. It will go all the way down to the end of the data. Change field series. It will go all the way to where the data stops. Yeah? So please, 500, we have just one more thing to do after you guys confirm the 500 movie for me.
Can I give the formula a try?
Please do.
Okay, can we just type 500 separately somewhere? Okay, that's how I did mine. Okay, VLookup.
Sorry. No, okay. You mean I should just, sorry. Sorry. So, like, I should just do the one for only 500, huh?
Or we can just start from the beginning there.
Okay, thank you. equal to VLookup, yes.
VLookup, yes, ma'am. That's we now select the serial number. That's
Okay.
A2.
Okay.
Then comma movie data. We can just go
Okay.
back and select the. We just select that column A and B alone down to where the
A
data
and B.
ends. Yeah, just A and B.
Okay. I suspect that my A and B does not look
Sorry,
like my own A and B.
mine does not look like mine. Sorry,
Oh, I've deleted the name of the movie now.
that's where the problem is.
You not even say anything, says. I've forgotten. Okay. Let's use release date.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, use the release date. Okay. So we should
So
select A and B.
A and
Right.
B, scroll down to the last data, yes.
Yeah.
Then comma 2,
Like, comma 2.
comma false, then close the brackets, then enter.
Okay. Release date.
This. I think there's a problem. It's not coming out as a date for me.
Thank you. It's not coming out as date formula. It's coming out as general formula because that is the default on any Excel. That's the default. The default is always general. So now we want to change this to a date. You can use this. I like to use Control-1. And when it comes to dates, because US and UK, they have different way of writing dates. So I don't want to have 0909 here, 1109, 2309, 0923. The whole thing gets confusing. I like to use a particular template that will show me the word of the month, so I'm not confused.
Same here.
Yeah. And then you have
to get everything done, you just come and lock the spreadsheet. That is okay, you've done that already then.
I've not even locked it.
Yes,
You're right.
you locked, so it doesn't change or deviate.
Yep.
Then you double click on that small plus down there, then it gives you everything.
Yep. I think we are good. So what was your answer? For movie 500.
My movie 500 was Woodlawn.
Okay, you didn't delete your own
I did not.
your own number. No,
Yes,
it's
I
good.
did.
You are lucky. We now that we don't know the name of the movie we are looking at. So, but at least we know that it came out on Christmas Day of 2015.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I wanted us to also use this to create a unique reference. All right. Now, I want us to say, I want us to create a code for each movie that will tell us how, just by looking at that code, we'll have an idea of when the movie was released and the serial number of the movie as well. Okay? So let's put this to one side. That's the code we're trying to create. All right? It's created. This movie is, how do you say? This movie came out on 13th of November 2015. I want to create a code that will only show me 2015, 2014, 20 like that. So let's try that. There's a function called write. And it gives us from the right-hand side of the data, the number of characters we specify. So open bracket equals write open bracket for release date. I want the last 4 characters. The problem with this is that write does not have any understanding of whether is a number or is text. It assumes that whatever is there is the data it should be working with. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So let me see if this will work with.
Can we also split the column?
Sorry?
Splitting of column, to move the year to another column. Does that work?
Can we split the column?
Yeah, I'm asking. Is that possible to split the column so you can have the year in a different column?
Theoretically, it is, but not in today's class. Not in today's class. And in any case, you would not be able to do that because this information that we are seeing as 13 November 2015, that's not what is actually there. Z general is equal to this plus 1. No, I want to show you something. Okay, let's do this. Let's change this to general. Okay, this is the number that Excel recognizes. So this number can be shown as a date. I don't know if you get me now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This number can be shown as a date, but in Excel, every date is a number. Every date is a number. Yeah? Okay, so let's use this. Let's use that. So let's use the 5-digit, which was it? The 5 digits of the date to create a code. Yeah. So as well, I'll say is equal to I want to make a code that will be is equal to concatenate. What concatenate does is it brings strings of data together. You can use it to create a new data. Let's look at how it works. Concatenate, I want this date reference first, and then I want a dash. So I'm going to put that in double quotations, and then I'm going to put 000, and then I'm going to put the serial number and close. Are we there?
Yes.
Awesome. So let's drag it down. Let's drag it down. Yes.
Please, can you go over how you came about the code?
Okay. So I was trying to explain to you that what you see as dates in Excel, no matter the date in Excel, it is a 5-digit number. Excel recognizes it as a number first. Then if you now say, oh, change it to date, it will now give you the date. But generally speaking, it is a number. Behind the scenes is a number. So now I said I want to use that number. What I did was I changed this date, this release date. I changed it, I just copied it. You can see that it's equal to E2. It's the same thing. But this one is formatted as date, while this one is formatted as general. If I format this as dates, you will see that it's the same thing. Can you see? It's still the same thing. Control Z. All right. So I use these 5 digits as the leftmost value in my unique reference code. So I said concatenate F2 first, then give me a hyphen, then give me 000, then give me the serial number. And if I don't specify that there should be hyphen or space or dash, it's together. Can you see? So the only one that it's put, I put one hyphen and that's there. So let's drag this down. And you will see, you will find very, very soon that no two numbers will be the same. So even if there are movies that came out on the same date, because of the serial number, they can never have the same unique reference.
Okay.
Okay?